as the lights dim and the hush goes over the crowd. Good morning. Particularly good morning to our new faculty and staff. Welcome to the University of Texas Pan American and to our 2009 Fall Convocation. To the rest of you, welcome back. We hope everyone had a reasonable summer, productive in the case of faculty. I know some of you told me that you were writing and writing and writing. That's all very important. And for the past 6 or 7 months, as I promised when I first stood on the stage over at the Student Union, we have been very busy maintaining the momentum of this institution. We're on the right track, we're making some improvements, and we're becoming more efficient along the way. Simply put, it's all about moving forward. I hope that you've been watching the slideshow as we gathered. It's been all about the accomplishments of our students and our faculty and our staff over this past year. There are so many achievements, there was no way that we could compress it into this hours-long presentation. So we thought we would share it with you as a slideshow. Let me first begin by introducing our executive team. Dr. Paul Sale, Vice President for Academic Affairs and Provost. We're down the front row here. Mr. James Langabeer, Vice President for Business Affairs. Dr. John Edwards, Vice President for Enrollment and Student Service. Wow, we know where his staff is. And Mr. Bob Lim, Vice President for Information Technology. Ms. Janice Odom, Vice President for University Advancement. And now to our community leaders. Serving as the new chair of the UT Pan American Faculty Senate, Rajiv Nambiar, Associate Professor of the College of Engineering. Linda Matthews, Professor of College of Business Administration. And Danica Brown, Associate Professor, College of Arts and Humanities. Danica, are you here? And Staff Senate just held elections this past month, and we have new leadership at the helm. Mary Lou Cano from Ms. Odom's office is the new president. Patty Espinosa in the College of Health Sciences and Human Services was elected vice chair. Yvonne Galone from the Administrative Associate in the College of Business as the secretary. And from the President's office with the great big thick book of how you do things right, Brian Smith as parliamentarian. We also had a change, as we normally do in student government. This year, leading the UTPA student population, we have Rangavir Pagunda as president, and Raghu is a senior pursuing both the Bachelor of Science in Biology and Chemistry degrees, and he plans to go on to medical school and become a neurologist, and hopefully he will come back to the Valley and practice. The Vice President elected was Shani Flores. Shani, Shani is a senior pursuing both a Bachelor of Science in Psychology and a Bachelor of Art in English. Shani plans to continue his education in graduate school to become a cognitive psychologist, specializing in lifespan development. Boy, I need him. Serving as secretary is Erica Perez. She's a graduate student pursuing a master in guidance and counseling. Erica plans to work as a guidance counselor in either the secondary or university setting. And finally, Manu Sebastian serves as a sergeant at arms. He is a senior pursuing a Bachelor of Science in Chemistry. Masu aspires to become a pharmacist. Congratulations to each and every one of you who have been elected to these important offices. For dedicated years of service, educational leadership, and accomplished while serving as a member of our faculty, a number of faculty have been named Professor Emeritus, and they're probably not here today, but we wanted to remind you that the Board of Regents approved these appointments just last week, and I'll go through them rather quickly. Nancy Moyer, Frank Monella, Wilbur Martin, Edward Nichols, Barbara Tucker, the humidity is sticking my paper together. That's not good. And Mark Glazer. I also have a special emeriti appointment this year, and that's the beloved Coach Art Ogletree. Now, this is a season of promotions. The Regents have agreed to all of our recommendations for promotion of our faculty. And first, let me ask all of these people to stand and be recognized as their promotion to full professor has occurred. Congratulations. And what a crop we have coming up right behind them. Promotion to associate professor with tenure is this wonderful group. Please stand and be recognized. Congratulations. And we have another group. A few were awarded tenure, and one individual was promoted to associate professor without tenure, but we are equally proud of each of those folks. Congratulations to you. This spring, one of our faculty was distinguished to be named the 2009 Piper Professor. I guess he gets as many votes here as he did at the Piper competition, but we're proud of him. Dr. Kenneth Buckman, director of the Raphael and Carmen Guerra Honors Program, and associate professor in history and the History and Philosophy Department. Congratulations, Ken. Also this spring, seems like it was a season of awards for faculty. The provost held the Faculty Excellence Awards banquet. 16 faculty were recognized as outstanding in the areas of research, service, and teaching by a national selection committee. Each received $1,000 awards. But of these 16, 3 were chosen overall winners and awarded $5,000 each. Top honors went to Dr. Karen Lozano for research, Dr. Ala Kabaj for service, and Dr. Kimberly Selmer for teaching. Congratulations. And as if that weren't enough, We entered a number of people of our faculty into a UT System Regents Outstanding Teacher Award competition. There were 38 people that could have been selected from non-UT Austin of components. And from those 8 components, 6 were members of our faculty. Proportionately, that's significant. And they were, as you see on the slide, Dr. Stephanie Alvarez-Martinez, Dr. Bimel Bannock, Dr. Deborah Cole, Dr. Robert Freeman, and Dr. Kimberly Selber, and Dr. Constantine Tarani. Congratulations to each and every one of them. Now, if you need a little pocket change, you need to know that the tenure-track faculty received $25,000 each, and the tenured faculty received $30,000. Now, don't all rush to get to those folks, but they will have a couple extra dollars this month. What great response that we got, our faculty got in that competition. And we had 3 people. Whoops. I'm ahead of the folks down front here. We had three people who completed the UT System Leadership Dimensions program, and they are Professors Hector Diaz, Rebecca Hamilton, and Ala Kabaj. For the past 3 years, fellows such as these participated in a highly interactive program that includes understanding of the role of the UT system, leadership, behaviors and communications, conflict management, and legal and ethical issues, as well as budgets. These 3 people will serve as mentors for the next cohort that goes to the UT system for this important leadership program. Last spring, we created 5 cost avoidance task force to identify ways that the university could reduce expenditures without impacting our mission, the mission of teaching, research, and service. The results were impressive. The task forces were composed of faculty, staff, and students, and they came up with 153 unduplicated strategies or suggestions to save money. Ideas dealt with conserving paper supplies, conserving water, electricity, travel, and purchasing, among others. Of the suggested strategies, 44 have already been implemented. 58 are in the process of being implemented. 32 are still under review and evaluation, many of which will be implemented. And only 19 were determined not to be feasible due to legal issues, cost effectiveness, or some other problem. I want to personally thank the members of the cost avoidance task forces for their hard work. Help me thank them, please. The operating budget of more than $243 million was approved by the UT System Regents last week. When the legislative session ended in May, or actually it was June 1st, higher education, shall I say, was surprised in that it fared fairly well, given the context that we were led to believe we were in going into the session. And that has to do with the economy that we have not been immune to here in South Texas, but nor the state of Texas. Certainly you hear about it every day with regard to the nation. But we did fairly well. Unfortunately, the way the legislature did this was put about 3% of our budget from federal stimulus money. That's something to be sensitive to, because that stimulus money disappears after 2 years. And so when the legislature comes back in session 2 years from now, before they put a penny of new money into higher education, they first have to find the money to replace the stimulus funds. So we'll be looking forward, I think, to a much tighter fiscal environment 2 years from now and 4 years from now. Nevertheless, with what we had to operate, we were able to specifically direct funds and resources to new programs in civil engineering, environmental sciences, and a PhD in rehabilitation counseling. We were able to include in our budget the funding for a 1.5% pool for merit for faculty and staff. We had a staff equity and reclassification pool of about $170,000, and there was a carryover of some $600,000 of equity and adjustment for faculty pool. We set aside $102,000 for faculty promotions, and perhaps most importantly, we were able to bring up our minimum wage people to at least $9 an hour. We also included in our budget the final increase to 8.5% for our match for ORP, as well as a work shift differential increase for building attendants, which was not insignificant. And here we go for the fall. You see why the people from John Edwards' shop were so excited. They have been working, really working hard. We do, in fact, estimate enrollment of over 18,000 for this fall, and that would represent a 3% increase over last year. We anticipate almost 812 transfer students and 2,800 new entering freshmen. 2,800 new entering freshmen. That's a great number. And we're going to see 2,450 new graduate students. Our enrollment student services division has been putting in yeoman's service in recruiting, admitting, service, and advising students. And I should tell you, the average ACT is up once again, and our remediation, the number of students requiring remediation is down. So all of this just reflects what we're trying to do, that we're being successful as to what we're trying to do as a university. Congratulations to our staff that makes this work, makes this happen. Each one. And then there's the folks that have them in the classroom. If you recruit better students, our retention rates will go up. And our retention rates have been consistently improving over the past 3 years. The unofficial retention rate as of today is 74.2%. That is movement from freshman to sophomore year. And by the time we get to the end of the year, we think it'll be a little bit higher. Consider that number when you think of the national average as being 70%. We do pretty good, folks, and that's because of what you do in the classroom and you do as advisors. Congratulations to you. Just last weekend, UT Pan American hit another milestone. At summer commencement, we awarded the 50,000th bachelor's degree. Amazing achievement that this institution has accomplished. Their 50,000 lives changed forever by the work of you folks here at UTPA. In addition, we've graduated over 10,600 master's students and another 100+ students with doctoral degrees. Congratulations, UTPA. And we knew about that. We could see it coming. Some of us can even count, which is great. What we didn't see coming was this. And it's a big, big bragging point. You may have read about this in the papers or seen it in the news. A few weeks ago, and it was just 2 weeks ago or 3 weeks ago, that we learned that UT Pan American made the Forbes magazine list of top 100 public colleges and universities in the country. Not a bad showing for an 18,000 student school in South Texas. The August issue was published, second annual ranking of American best colleges, and it's compiled by Forbes and the Center for College Affordability and Productivity, and it's for the year 2009. In this report, the center ranks 600 undergraduate institutions based on quality of education that they provide, the experience of the students, and how much they achieve. Only 6 public institutions made the top 100 list from Texas, and there they are. With UT Pan American coming in 32nd, close behind Austin and Texas A&M. And again, that's what you folks did to make that happen. Congratulations. The UT System Regents approved the naming of the UT Pan American Honors Program after the late Raphael A. Philo and Carmen Guerra, a pioneer ranching family who have made significant contributions to UT Pan American. A Guerra Scholarship Program has awarded more than $500,000 in scholarships to students residing in rural communities surrounding the Guerra Ranch. One of the sons, Philo Jr., is a longtime member of the UT Pan American Foundation Board. Through the Garrett Honors Program, academically ambitious students participate in a challenging liberal arts curriculum, leadership seminars, research, and study abroad. Currently, there are 100 students in the Guerra Honors Program, and we're very, very proud of all of those students. A little later this semester, we'll be holding a groundbreaking for the Starr County Upper Level Center. This is located in Rio Grande City in Starr County, about 2 hours away, right next to the South Texas College campus. When South Texas College was created, it was created for Hidalgo County and Starr County. And consequently, with their taxing authority, South Texas College has built a facility there, and it's been in operation for some time. We have been providing upper division courses there for some time, also in temporary quarters. No longer. Beginning this summer, we'll be building a permanent facility that should be ready as early as next summer. We're already offering an average of 35 courses a year and service about 1,000 students a year at our Starr County facility. And just this week, we held a ribbon-cutting ceremony at the McAllen Teaching Site. This is located in the Main Place Shopping Center on South Main Street, adjacent to the La Plaza Mall. We are oversubscribed already, given what we started out offering. For the fall semester, UT Pan American will offer 12 graduate-level courses focused on education majors and business majors. And there are 2 extra sections, duplicated sections because of the demand. and we will have a little over 200 students in that facility. There's a couple things to observe. One is we believe that almost all, if not all, of those 200 students are new students to our graduate programs. And that's what it was all about, where we made it a little easier for those teachers and business people that run up and down or east and west on the US 83 corridor to get to us for classes. Eventually, we'll do continuing ed courses in that facility and eventually some upper division courses. But it's another part of our relationship with the communities that we serve. And as I mentioned at that ribbon cutting, that we need to remember that this institution isn't just an Edinburgh institution. We are a regional institution. Now we have the McCallum Station site, but we also have the Stark County facility, and we have the Coastal Studies Lab on South Padre Island. Take a look at the map at that and see that spread of this institution. And that will increase. Our reach will increase as we mature. And that's due to all of the hard work of you folks, and thank you very much. Some new things. We have created a one-stop shop for veterans in response to the expected influx of new veteran graduate students and the post-9/11 GI Bill, which is far better and more lucrative for the veterans than was the post-World War II GI Bill. And we've had to create a facility or a service center that we can help these people understand what their opportunities are and how they can take advantage of that bill. We have in place a Veterans Service Manager, a Veterans Service Clerk, Veterans Advising Coordinator, and Clinical Therapist, with the goal of coordinating all services veterans need to apply, enroll, succeed, and graduate. The whole operation is being run out of the University Center, while the Veterans Service Center is being remodeled and prepared for an opening in early September. And I might add that we were able to staff this center, by and large, by reorganizing folks and moving folks around. We didn't have to put a lot of new money into this service that is so critical for our veterans. In university advancement, Vice President Oden and her staff have been realigning themselves over the past few months. Perhaps the most noticeable change is the creation of our own in-house PR and advertising activity under the direction of Dr. Kimberly Selber. The Office of Marketing and Creative Services will offer comprehensive integrated marketing communications throughout the university in a turnkey operation, including strategic communications and marketing planning, media planning and buying, market research, production of commercial or communication and collateral pieces. We have an awful lot of talented people on this campus. And now much of this has been gathered in one place, at least for this function, to serve the university community. Might also add that career services that was under the auspices of University of Management is moving to Dr. Edward's shop in enrollment and student services. They're already in his vicinity in the building, but they will come under his area of responsibility beginning fall. Information Technology Division has been making improvements that are worthy of mention. The entire campus wireless network will be upgraded this year to provide better performance to people using multimedia, streaming video, and new services like the Integrity Lecture product. What this means is that students using laptops on campus will find that they don't have to compete for a connection. That will be true even during peak times, because we are increasing wireless access point density. We're adding 3 more campus wireless print stations to campus. This means convenience for students. This summer, we equipped 28 more classrooms with upgraded audio-visual technology. This marks the 6th phase of the multi-year classroom technology modernization project. Today, we have a total of 160 smart classrooms on the main campus. But I might add that we've also provided some of this service for the McAllen teaching site, and upgrades will be made on a continuing schedule. I was wondering where that was. I've been rooting around up here. Thank you. In addition, today, and if you haven't opened your email yet, when you get back to the office, you'll see it. But beginning today, the UTPA website is going live with a whole new look. This homepage renovation project, under the direction of Kumar Ramon, his technology team, and a UTPA web advisory group, has been ongoing. The team took this 1-year timeline and compressed it into 5 months, so we could get to the end product now and not later. They've come up with a new reader-friendly, innovative site that some say has a cool factor college students are looking for. Now, that's hard to impress me with that, I can assure you. My cool factor level is very different. And I think some of yours is very different, but that's okay. Kumar's team has put in long, long hours and come up with a website we can be proud of. Here you see the new homepage. We wanted a creative, unified look, easy navigation, and we wanted organized content. I think once you go through the site, you'll agree that the team has done a very impressive job. And this will not be the end of that, because websites are a continuum, and we need to stay state-of-the-art and as flexible as we can with our website. Congratulations to the website team. In athletics, this summer we hired 2 new basketball coaches. Head coach Ryan Marks will be coaching the men's basketball team. He comes to us from St. Edward's in Austin. And Coach Denny Downing will lead the women's basketball coaching staff. Downing comes to us from Texas A&M Commerce. Both of these coaches have winning traditions. We believe that they will have a very positive impact on our student athletes and our programs here at UT Pan American. And if I don't know that they're here today or not, but you will run into them on campus and give them a big welcome. They're nice young men, and we're delighted to have them. And early next week, we hope to be able to name a new athletic director, which means the reorganization and restructuring of the athletic department will be complete, and we can move on. And I suspect these 2 coaches aren't here because they're out recruiting. If they aren't here, it's because they're recruiting. They got a little late start, but I know they're very aggressive in that. Finally, people ask about the presidential search. And I'll give you an update as far as what I know. And I don't know a lot because I'm not embedded in the process, at least not yet. The Search Advisory Committee has held several meetings this summer. It's my understanding they had an excellent, strong pool of applicants. They narrowed that pool of applicants to 10 or 11, and those 10 or 11 candidates are in the process right now of undergoing face-to-face interviews with the advisory committee. We anticipate that the UT system will announce the final candidates within the next month. And even perhaps within that time frame, we will be bringing these folks to campus so that you have a chance to meet them. From this point on, it'll become a pretty transparent process. And we want you to take part in that process and help us make the final decision. And that's when I get involved, and that's when you get involved. In the meantime, the committee has been closed-mouthed about it, as they have been instructed to do, and their work will be done before too long. And then sometime, maybe, in the not-too-distant future, you'll have a permanent president, and I'll be out of work again. But that has been part of my life for the last 6 or 7 years. Thank you for being here. We have brunch at HPE Building 2. Have a wonderful year, and if any of you have any specific questions of me, I'll be over at lunch and we'll try to answer them. Thank you very much.